Here we go. Here we go. So we're going to start from seated position, but have your strap and your block. We're going to use them eventually. And seated position, remember always to modify if you need to. And one of the modifications I find very handy and helpful is elevating the hips even more. So if you need to use the block and sit on top of the block, that helps a lot for the opening of the hips and keeping the lower back and middle back upright. All right, sitting positions, Sukhasana. Arms out to the side to open the front of the chest. And then slowly release the hands down by your hips and drawing the shoulders up, back, and down. Hands to your thighs or knees, elbows by your rib cage, gently engaging the abdominal muscles and bring the chin back and then towards the chest. And we can have the eyes closed, or the gaze can be towards the floor if you don't want to close your eyes. So the idea is try to avoid whatever is happening around you in the room and focusing on the breath, going inward to the feeling of the breath within the body. You can take some specific part of the body to bring the attention and the full focus. It could be your nostrils, your throat, your chest, your belly, the spine. Allow the belly to go in and out. And gradually begin to modify the length of your natural breathing pattern. In other words, you create a longer inhales and exhales. You take the time to slowly lengthening the inhales. And when it's time to exhale, you take the time to draw all the air out. And if you're comfortable and Ujjayi breathing is part of your breathing practice, you can engage your Ujjayi breath. And you control the flow of the breath. You control the quality of your mind as you slow down the inhales and the exhales. And as you inhale slowly, lift the chin up to the sky. Exhale slowly through the nose and draw the chin all the way down to your sternum. And again, inhale, lift and open the throat. And as you exhale, the chin goes down to the chest, linking breath with the movement. Now inhale, neutral neck, and exhale, look over to your right shoulder. And inhale, look over to your left. And exhale to the right. Inhale to the left. And just keep moving with the breath. from side to side. And then slowly return back to neutral. Chin is parallel to the floor. Take a nice inhale. Exhale right ear to right shoulder. And inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. And to the left. Just keep moving with the breath. Now inhale, lower your left hand down, reach with the right arm out to the side, flex the elbow, and guide the right ear to right shoulder to hold in position. Make sure you're dropping your left shoulder down, creating space on the left side of your neck as you breathe in and out. And release. Place the hand in the back of your skull. Rotate the head so it's somewhere in between your right shoulder and your chest. And as you exhale, you gently guide the chin towards your right collarbone. Hold and breathe. And inhale, return the head back to neutral. Place both hands to the back of the head. Elbows in, keep the upper spine long, and the chin goes down to your chest. Back to the deep breath. Inhale, lift the head, lift the neck, elbows out, and release the hand down and place the left hand to your right ear now. Take a nice inhale, and the left ear goes down to your left shoulder as you drop the right shoulder down. Back to the full inhales and exhales. And release. Place the left hand to the back of the head. Rotate the chin somewhere between left shoulder and sternum. And as you exhale, you guide the chin towards your left collarbone. Deep breathing. And release. Head back to neutral one more time. Both hands to the back, elbows in, and chin down to your chest. Inhale, lift the head, elbows out, release the arms out and down, shoulders up, back and down. Hands to your thighs and knees, and then nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Slowly return the head back to neutral. Palms facing up, place the hands to the back of your skull, and then slowly have a little traction, just pulling your head away from the first vertebrae in your cervical spine. Create space there, little traction, creating space, breathing in and out, breathing nicely, and then slowly release. Hands down to your thighs and knees, lift the chin up, full rotation to the right, down, left, and up. Exhale, right, center, left, and up. Just keep moving, same direction. And going to the opposite direction. And gently return the head back to neutral. Bring the hands to the heart center And going back to the full breath. Slowing down the inhales, lengthening the exhales. Bring the hands behind you and do the crossing of the legs. Let's do some moving the hips and the legs, windshield wiper movement, because we're going to come back to seated position. So let's have a little of a release of those hips and legs. And slowly return back to seated any way that you feel comfortable. And we're going to grab the straps here. So hold your strap, and we're going to begin first by having the strap a little bit wider than your shoulders, okay? So we're going to bring the straps up and towards the sky, lengthen the spine, soften the shoulders, and then move the strap to the left and exhale to the right and to the left. And just keep the hips rooted down. So we're moving the torso, the spine, and the shoulders. Just move from side to side. Don't open too wide the hands, because we're going to have a little bit of movement there on the shoulders. Just moving from side to side. And then back through center. Now, the arms overhead, and bring the arms behind you and all the way back. Bring the strap back, out and up, and then towards the front. Bring the straps up, towards the back and behind you. And just keep moving front and back. Just have some movement there. Just stretching, mobilizing. Just one more round. And release. Bring the strap just here. We're going to use it later again. Arms open in T and move the shoulders back. Hold in position, turn the palms up. Bring the arms overhead, interlace the fingers, hands to the heart. Round the spine, stretch the elbows and stretch the back line of the upper spine. Inhale, hands together. Open in T and guide those shoulders, elbows back as far as back as you can to open the front of the chest. Palms facing up, arms overhead, hands together, down to the heart center. Round the spine, belly in, straighten chin into the chest. Hold and breathe. Neutral spine, lift the chest, release, arms open in T again. Hold and open the front of the chest, the front of the shoulders, palms facing up. One more time, up and overhead, interlace the fingers, hands to the heart, round the spine, pull the belly in, chin into the chest, hold and breathe. And slowly bring the hands to the heart center. Take a moment, back to the full breath. And release the hands down. Right arm goes out to the side, overhead, flex the elbows and place the hand between your shoulder blades. With your left hand, guide the right elbow closer to your right ear. And just hold as you breathe through this. And release. Bring the right arm out to the side, across your chest. Hug your right arm with your left arm and bring the right forearm closer to your left shoulder. Drop the right shoulder down. Don't do this. Drop the shoulder down, and as you bring that right forearm closer to your left shoulder, you should feel the stretch on the back of your right shoulder. And just hold. Again, go back to the deep breath. and release. Bring the arm out to the side, rotate the palms back, and then bring the right arm behind your back and maybe bring the hand outside of your left waist. Interlace both hands there, elbows in, left elbow comes in, and then you guide the left ear to your left shoulder to another lateral stretch of the neck. So the right side of your neck all the way down to your right shoulder, you should feel the stretch there. Deepen the breath. And the head returns back through neutral. Release the hands, bring the arms out and all the way up. And exhale, arms out and towards the floor. Now the left arm goes out and up. Flex the elbow, place the hand in between shoulder blades and use your right hand to guide your left elbow or upper arm closer to your left ear. Just feel that stretch there. It's a nice way to stretch the tricep. And release. Bring the left arm out to the side, rotate the palms back, and then flex the elbows to bring the arm behind you. Interlace the fingers on the right side of your waist, and now the right ear goes down to your right shoulder. And release, head back to neutral, release the hands, bring the arm across your chest, the left arm, hug your left arm with your right arm and guide the elbow closer to your right shoulder. Drop your left shoulder down, close your eyes and work on stretching the posterior part of your left shoulder. And release, left arm goes out to the side and down, and then bring both shoulders up, back and down, up to the ears, forward, down and back. And just keep moving in both directions, releasing any tension there. And bring the hands behind you and do the crossing of the legs, feet wider than the hips. And let's do some more windshield wiper there. And let's find our way to tabletop. So time to place your knees. And we're going to do it under the hips now. So not wider than the hips, but knees under your hips. More stretching of the shoulders. So we're going to find first the the position of tabletop with the wrist under the shoulders and the knees wide as your hips. And let's move the spine first into the cat-cow. Exhale, belly goes inch into the chest. That's an exhale. And when you inhale slowly, you drop the belly, you arch the spine, you look forward. All the air out. Exhale through the nose, round the spine like an angry cat. And inhale, you drop and open the front of the chest. And exhale, you round and exhale all the air out. And just keep moving like this. And just 2 or 3 more rounds. Moving slowly with the breath, mobilizing the rib cage. And then neutral position. From neutral position, move the hips slightly back, not child's pose, slightly back. And then slide the left hand forward, the right foot forward, and then slowly draw the chin to your chest and drop the forearms and the elbows down. But you don't go into the child's pose. You keep the hips up. And just try to breathe here. Melting the forearms and the elbows. Press with the palms, pick up the elbows, lift the head, lift the chest, and then walk to the right side again. Keep the distance with the hands, and now the left hand goes a little bit more forward, your right hand. And again, don't drop the hips in child's pose. Keep the hips up and do your best to lower the left forearm, the left elbow out, down, and relax as you feel the stretch on your shoulder and the left side of your rib cage. Press through the palms, pick up the elbows and walk the hands to the left side now. And then slide the right hand a little bit more forward, your left, and just lower the elbows and forearms down. Keep the hips up and just move the hip just a little bit back, not too much, just to feel that stretch there. Stretching now the right shoulder and the right side of your rib cage. Back to the full breath, please. Press with the hands, pick up the elbows, and then walk the hands to the center. Now have your hands the width of your mat, and we're going to move the right shoulder to your left arm, come back through center, and the left shoulder goes towards the right arm. And just rock from side to side. Just have some gentle bending on the elbow when you are moving the shoulder to one side, and just move from side to side. So you keep the arms straight as you go to one shoulder and you flex the other elbow. So just more mobilization and stretching of the shoulders, and just slowly return back to neutral position. Now placing the wrist under the shoulders. Take a nice inhale, twist to the right, open and twist. Lower your right hand down. Inhale, open and twist to the left. And exhale, your left hand down. Inhale, twist to the right. Exhale to lower, twist to the left, and exhale down. One more time. Open and twist to the right. Exhale, lower. Open and twist to the left. Back through center. Round the spine like an angry cat. Move the hips to the heels and bring the arms out to the side and down by your side to rest the shoulders, the elbows, wrists, and hands. Just breathe here. Now with the next inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, kneeling position, sweep the arms out and up, lower the hands down to table, extend your left leg back and up, flex the knee and step forward as you slide the right knee down towards the floor. So we're going to work here. So working main thing is working with the hips and the hip flexor, but we're going to do some arms and shoulder movement as well. So left knee over to left ankle. And with the next inhale, sweep the arms overhead, straighten your left leg. Bring the arms out to the side into position, flex the knee, move the hips forward. Arms up and overhead, straighten. Flex your left knee, arms to T. At your own rhythm, keep breathing. Flexing and arms out to T. Inhale, you straighten. You flex. Inhale, straighten. Flex, straighten, flex and bring the arms out and behind you. Interlace the fingers, slide the hands down to your sacrum and draw the shoulder blades into each other to open the front of the chest. Just breathe through this. And lower the hands down towards the floor. Tucking the toes under, pick up the right knee off the mat, high lunge. From here, press with the right heel and rotating the shoulder and the arm. Bring the left arm forward, up, back, and down. Full rotation. Forward, up, back, and down. Linking breath, inhale, and exhale when you lower. 3 more rounds. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lower your left hand down, right knee comes down, left knee comes to meet your right, and you move to child's pose to release and breathe. Hands by your knees, lift the head, lift the chest, kneeling position. And just lower the hands down, right leg goes back and up, flex the right knee and step forward as you slide your left knee down, back. So lift the chest, iliopsoas stretch again with arms movement, this time different movement. Instead of bringing the arms to the side, we bring the elbows by your rib cage. So inhale, straighten your right leg, arms overhead. Flex your right knee, flex the elbows, elbows by your rib cage. Inhale, straighten and arms overhead. Flex and elbows in. Inhale, straighten and reach through the fingertips. Flex, exhale, elbows in. Inhale, straighten and arms up. And flex, elbows in. One last. Inhale, straighten. And flex and elbows in. Hands down. Tuck the toes under. Pick up the left knee. High lunge. Now place the left hand by your right foot. Rotation, right shoulder. Inhale, right arm goes forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. 3 more rounds. Last one. Lower hand down, left knee down, right knee comes to meet your left. Child's pose, and rest and breathe. And slowly find your way to tabletop position, lowering the elbows, forearms in, fingers and hands, interlace the fingers, tucking the toes under, coming to dolphin pose with straighten and bending knees at this time. So toes tucked, inhale, lift the hips, straighten heels down, heels up, bend the knees and lower it down. Inhale, lift the hips, lower the heels down, heels up, lower the knees towards the floor. Inhale, straighten both legs, heels down. Heels up, knees down towards the mat. Inhale, lift and press through the heel. Heels up and knees down. One more. Inhale, lift and press through the heel. Heels up, knees down, top of the feet flat in the mat, palms to the floor to press. Lift the elbows, right hand under right shoulder, left hand under the left shoulder, round the spine. Bring the hips to the heels and bring the arms down by your side, and we're going to work on the rabbit pose. So careful with your neck here. So from here, pick up the, so you keep the forehead down, you rock from the forehead to the crown of the head as you lift the hips away from your heels. And exhale, you return back to your forehead, drop the hips down. Hips up from the forehead to the crown of the head. And rocking back to the heels. Pick up the hips and rocking to the crown of the head. And then move back to the forehead, hips down. One more. Hip ups, rocking from the forehead to the crown of the head. And we're going to come all the way down to child's pose and gently rock your head from side to side. Bring the arms forward, press into the palms to make your way to tabletop. And from here, we're going to tuck the toes under, pressing downward dog, and then paddle the feet one heel at a time, going towards the floor. Heels down, and let's walk the hands towards the feet. Just take your blanket from the mat, please. Bend the knees, holding from the opposite elbows and nod your head. Yes. Shake your head now. And rounding the spine, let's all find our way up to standing position, Samastiti. Hands together, close your heart. Going back to the full pattern of breath where we're slowing down consciously the inhales and the exhales. Breath control, mind control. And slowly lower the hands down, and I'm going to be facing my screen, working with balance and some more arm movements. So here is eagle pose. So we're going to work with this. Just arms out to the side, bring the left arm up and the right lower below your left arm. Hands to touch, maybe there, and then cross your right leg over to your left leg. You see my toes are touching the floor, and then you bend the knees and you sink through the hips, and you have your toes touching the floor. You can wrap that foot around and lift the foot if that is available for you, or lift just the toes up and just sinking the hips into balance, working with your eagle pose. And try to guide those elbows as high as your shoulders. And just breathe through this. Don't hold the breath. And then slowly lower the toes down, straighten the legs, and do the crossing of the arms, and do the crossing of the legs, and shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down, and up, back and down. Now bring the arms to the side. The right arm goes on top of your left arm. Flex the elbows, hands to touch, and just bend the knees and cross your left leg over to your right leg. So the toes of your left foot slightly touching the floor, or toes up, or wrap it around your back of your right leg if you can't. And just keep the elbows high as your shoulders if you can, to feel the stretch in the opening and the posterior part of your shoulder and between your shoulder blades. And just work with the breath, sinking the hips a little bit deeper if you can't. Bending the knees, going deeper. And then slowly straighten the legs and do the crossing of the arms, left foot under the left hip, and rotating shoulders back, up, forward and down, back, up, forward and down. One more. And release, hands down by your hips. Have your feet now wider than your hips. I'm going to breathe. Relax your arms, your shoulders, and bend the knees slightly so you have some fluidity and movement in your body as we come the right arm across your chest. Bring the right arm up to the ear, shoulder back and down. Left shoulder across your chest, left shoulder up and back and down. And just keep moving like this, one arm at a time. Just allow the arm to be heavy and relax. And just as you keep the knees slightly bent, you allow your hips to release, your rib cage, your spine, just some movement here. One last, and release. Keep your knees bent, and then let's just twist and just swing the arms from side to side. Some twisting of the spine, but also feels nice for the arms, for the shoulders that will work a lot today. And slowly release back. Let's bring ourselves to the back of the mat here with the feet wide as your hips. Inhale, arms out and up. Reach through the fingertips. Fall forward, swan dive, uttanasana, hands down. Knock your head yes, and shake your head no. And then walking the hands slowly to the front of the mat to downward dog. Lift the hips up, heels up, lower the knees down to tabletop position, and then have your wrist under the shoulder, flex the elbows, and then slowly lower the chest, flex the elbows, lower the belly, straighten both legs, and we are now in reverse shavasana. And make a pillow with your hands with the elbows out, and just take a moment here to return to the full breath. Working here with upper spine, middle back strength, and also neck movement. Have your hands right by your rib cage, elbows hugging your rib cage, legs and feet together. As we inhale, we lift the head, we lift the chest and look over to left shoulder, flex your left knee, return the head back to neutral, lower the chest, lower the forehead down. Lift the head, chest, look over to your right shoulder, flex your right knee, lower the right foot down, rotate back through center, down. Inhale, lift and look over to your left shoulder and then lower it down. Inhale, lift, look over to your right shoulder. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift the head, chest, look over to your left and lower, elbows in. One more, inhale, lift the head, chest, look over to your right shoulder and go all the way down, 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 down. Now take a moment to press the palms against the floor. Lift the head, lift the chest, the pelvis, the hips. Move the hips to the heels and child's pose. And just breathe here. And then from here, come to table, bring the knees together to drop the hips to one side and swing the legs to the front. Have your pillow or your blanket to protect your head. We're going to go down towards the mat from the front of the mat with the feet wide as your hips. Draw the chin to your chest and then straighten the elbows, rounding the spine one vertebra at a time. We're going to make our way down, down, down slowly towards the floor. Have your chin slightly tucked in. That helps to lengthen the muscle of your neck again. And then slide the right heel and the right hip, left heel under your left knee. Right heel under right knee, left heel under your left knee. And just keep the chin in, like I said. And again, we're going to work with up movement of the spine with head movement and arm movement again. So as we inhale, lift into bridge and bring the right arm up and overhead and look over to your left shoulder. Rotate the head back through center. Exhale your bridge down. Exhale your right arm down. Inhale, come into bridge. Left arm goes up and overhead. Look over to your right shoulder. And then slowly head back through center. Spine down. Left arm down. Right arm goes up as we lift. Look over to left shoulder. Head back through center. Spine down. Right arm down. Inhale, bridge, left arm overhead, look over to your left shoulder, right shoulder, and down, down, down. One more time each side. Up into the bridge, arm overhead, look over to your left. Slowly lower it down. One last. Up into bridge, left arm overhead, look over to your right shoulder. And exhale, lower it down. Now, come up into the bridge, holding position, and see if you can lift the shoulder blades and the back of the shoulders to bring and interlacing the hands behind you. If this is not available for you, you can just keep the palms down parallel to each other and you keep lifting from the pelvis and the hips arching the spine even more, opening the front of the chest and the shoulders even more. Nice, easy breathing. And then slowly release the hands, lower the spine down slowly towards the floor. Feet off the mat, thighs into the chest, and stretch your lumbar spine or do Apanasana. And if you have there, you can rock from side to side if you want to give yourself a massage. Just breathe and rock or stay in position. Just stretch that. All right. Now guide the thighs away from your chest and find the 90-degree angle in your knees. So your feet are off the floor, feet off the mat, 90-degree angle. So your ankles are in line with your knees and your knees are in line with your hips. So arms out in position so the feet are off the floor. Yeah. And then we're going to slowly roll over to your left side and bring the right arm to meet your left arm. So both palms are touching and we're and in my case, I'm on my left side. So from here, right arm goes up to the sky, open and twist, lower the right arm to the floor. And then bring the right arm up, stay in the twist, and the right arm comes to touch your left hand. Right hand goes up to the sky, open and twist in a T. Right arm goes up to the sky and then lower right palm to touch your left palm. And just keep moving the shoulder, the torso, the spine, the rib cage with the breath. Now we're going to do the same and open in a twist and hold in position and try to drop the right shoulder down. If your right shoulder is kind of hard time there, you just guide the right hand a little bit closer to your hip to say, or somewhere in between your shoulder and your hip. And that'll help you the shoulder to drop more. So as we stay here, we are actively working on opening and stretching the front of the right shoulder. And then stay in the twist. Just the legs are going to go slowly back through center. Lower the feet down. Pick up the pelvis and hips into bridge to align your spine before we go to the opposite side. You lower your bridge down. Feet off the mat, 90-degree angle. Twisting to the right, bring your left arm, your left hand to touch your right palm. Hold it here. Now the left arm goes to, with the inhale up to the sky, open and twist to the left. Left arm, inhale up to the sky. Exhale, lower to touch the left hand to your right hand. And just keep moving at your own rhythm with the breath. Twisting and undoing the twist. The main goal here is to move that arm, the left shoulder, the rib cage, the chest. Just breathe through this. We come one last time to touch the hands together. Now we open the left arm up and then open and twist and stay in the T position of the arms. This time we try to soften the front of the left shoulder. Closing the eyes and breathing through this. And from here, and do the twist. Slowly bring both legs back to neutral position of the spine. Lower the feet down and then come into bridge pose again to make sure your spine is nice and long, very aligned there. Straight spine, and then slowly you lower your spine down. Feet off the mat and full happy baby. And you can rock from side to side here. Just give a nice massage with your lower back. Bring the sole of the feet together, holding from the feet. Keep the knees out, keep the feet off the floor, and draw the chin slightly into the chest to get that nice length in your back of the neck again. And then lower the feet down with the feet wide as your hips, arms out in T. Some windshield wiper movement there. And return back through center. Bring the thighs and the knees in. Flex the elbows. Place the hands behind your base of your skull. Elbows up to the ceiling. And then we're going to, assisted by the hands, we're going to lift the head of the mat and bring the chin to your chest. Stretch another again. Nice extension of the neck for the lower vertebrae of your neck. Take a nice inhale. And then slowly release the head down. Remove the hand from behind your head, arms out into position. And just again, windshield wiper. Move the legs to one side and the head to the opposite direction. And return both legs back to center, neutral neck, neutral spine, and then straighten the right leg, and the right foot goes to the right corner. The left foot goes to the left corner. Both legs are straight, and adjust behind your sacrum, behind your hips, making an adjustment behind your shoulder blades and shoulders. Take a nice inhale, and then bring the arms somewhere in between your hips and your shoulder height, palm facing up. Deep inhale through the nose, and side out. And again. One last. And you close your lips softly. You keep your eyes closed as well. Welcome to Shavasana. Time to rest. Time to enjoy a moment of stillness. And just follow the sound of my voice. Just be aware of your toes, the top of your feet, sole of the feet, ankles, shins, calf muscles, both knees of front and back. And from the top of the knees, allow the lower part of your legs to soften and relax. Soften your quads, hamstrings, glutes, pelvis, hips, pelvic floor. And from the top of both hips all the way down to the sole of the feet, allow the entire length of your legs to soften and relax. Your lower abdomen is relaxed and soft, and so are the muscles on your lumbar spine. The front of the rib cage, muscles in between the rib cage are soft, and so are the muscles on the back of your rib cage. Be aware of all the muscles supporting the spine and the back line of the body, going all the way up where the shoulder blades are, and do your best to relax the back line of the spine. Going to the front now, soften the heart, soften the muscle of your chest. And from the collarbones all the way down to the sole of the feet, front and back of your body is relaxing and releasing. Now the attention goes to those shoulders, the front and back and the top, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms, the wrist, the palms, the top of the hands, and all your fingers. And from the top of the shoulders, front and back of the body, all the way down to the sole of the feet, you're going to allow the body to soften and release even more towards the mat. Your throat is open and the muscles of your neck are soft. Release your jaw, your chin, and allow your tongue to rest down to the base of your mouth. Notice if your teeth are tight and you release them. Relax your lips and upper lip, your nose, your cheekbones, and both ears. Relax your eyeballs down to your eye sockets. Soften your eyelids, eyebrows, in between the eyebrows. Release your forehead and the crown of your head. And now from the top of your head, front and back of the body, all the way down to the sole of the feet, all the way out to the fingertips of your hands. Surrender deeper. Let go. And relax. Now the head comes last. Slowly just bring the movement to the body. Rocking from side to side. Just don't rush through this. Move your fingers, your toes, your neck, your head. And with the next inhale, arms coming overhead. You're pointing the toes. You create space in between each vertebra. You grow taller there. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, you flex both knees. You hug yourself, roll over to one side, and very slowly, without rushing, please make your way to sit with me comfortably. Elbows by the rib cage. Notice if you're holding tension in your jaw, the face. I'm taking a moment here to go back to the deep pattern of inhaling longer and deeper and exhaling longer and more relaxed. You take the time to feel that inhalation building up, noticing the spine growing taller with that. And you take the time to slowly to move the exhale out as you soften the spine. And slowly allow the breath to become to the regular breathing pattern. No more lengthening, just observe your breath as it moves in and out in a natural way. And taking a moment here to feel the body, to notice the breath, and to be aware of the state of your mind. And guiding the hands close to your heart center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And we are asking here for peace, peace, and more perfect peace within ourselves, with our relationships, as we interact with other people throughout the day, and asking for peace, peace, and more perfect peace out in the world. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I thank you all very much for being here today practicing yoga. Namaskar. Thank you.